Hi everyone, welcome to Pro Series Garage. I'm Jeff, this is Sean, and this is Brooker, and today we're working on an F150 behind us here, and we're going to be installing some cam bolts. And Sean will tell you a little bit more about this product.
Yeah. Okay, alright. Welcome today. We have two sets of kits. These are full kits. What I'm going to show you is just one bolt here. What we have is, this is the full bolt replacement, so if the bolt itself is corroded or rusted or anything like that, we have you can replace the full bolt. What it comes with is a cam guide, and it comes with a washer and the adjuster. So this will go in here, and you can see where it'll sit in the vehicle and it'll adjust it both directions. You can see it better probably from that side. You can see it adjusts from one side to the other. It gives you the adjustment. The OE one is just a bolt in there. If your bolt is on a newer vehicle or in a vehicle which doesn't have any corrosion or anything, what you can do is just put a cam nut in there. The cam nut itself is just the cam guide. It has two sides to it. You can see the nut itself is off center there, and you just put this right on the OE bolt, and when you put it on, you'll thread it on, and you'll crank at the bolt from the back side. You'll adjust it where you need it. Once you get your alignment spec'd into reading, you'll crank the nut down from the opposite side, and that's what we're showing you today. Alright, so we got the alignment check, pre-alignment checks, everything all done. We have the heads on here, we got air pressure, we got everything ready. We're going to roll this forward and see where the alignment is at before we put the kit in.
Alright guys, so this is where we're working. Right here is the two bolts front and back that we're looking at. You can just put, in the bolt here, or the nut here, to adjust this, or if it's all corroded and you need to, obviously the full kit will do everything here. So we'll get the vehicle up in the air and get started.
Alright, as we lift this up here, we're going to go over here towards the tire, and as we watch the tires start to lift off, as soon as it's just like a thread or so is left, we don't want it totally off. We're just going to leave just a little bit of pressure on it. And when we leave a little pressure on it, then we're going to come back here and we're going to loosen this nut up right here. We're going to take this nut and loosen up, and we'll check the height of it, and when this can just slide out, then we know that we have the proper pressure on the tire. So,
Aaron.
Alright, we're going to take this. Take the nut off. What we want to have happen is this slide out nice and easy, which it doesn't right now, so we're going to adjust the pressure.
There we go. And Aaron. Right now we're taking the skid plate off so we can get at the rear nut.
And now we have access to that rear bolt.
Alright, so in this example here, we have the bottle jack. We're putting some pressure on the lower control arm to lift it up so that we can get the camber caster bolt to slide out with our hand. In this example, we have a lifted vehicle, so it has a little bit more pressure coming down on the lower control arm. In most cases, you just lift it up and it's loose enough where you can slide them out. But if you come across this is maybe what you got to do. Alright, so we have this now lifted up. It should be loose. We're going to slide the old OE bolt out of there, just like that. And we're going to install the new kit. And actually it's going to come from the bolt's going to go in the opposite direction on the way in. So if you want to go hand to the back.
Now it's time to install our new bolt. What we're going to make sure is that this alignment hole lines up with our alignment tab. And a tech tip is to make sure this flat part is facing straight down on the vehial.
During installation.
Just like that. All right, now we're going to show you the second option, and that's just the cam guide and the cam nut. And again, you got the locating pin right here, and you're going to make sure that aligns with our locating pin on the cam guide.
And then we will adjust the bolt from this side to pull it into place. All right, so I'll crank this here. We'll kind of get a little snug. Once it's snug, we'll do the front side. We'll do all 4 corners, and then we'll get ready to adjust the alignment with them. All right, so in this example, we showed you how the cam bolt goes in there, and you can put the cam bolt in, have the vehicle with the weight hanging off to do the adjustment. For this vehicle, we're going to actually, what we're going to leave in here is we're going to leave the cam nuts in. So we're going to get the front of this also. We got the back end. The front works just like the back. It lines up. Cam nut on, and you crank it tight from the back. All right. So what we're going to do is we have the cam nuts in here. We installed the back one to the lower control arm. We installed the front one to the front control arm. We have the vehicle in the jacked up position, so there's not very much weight on these, so that we can adjust them. What we're going to do first is we're going to get the rear one tight, then we're going to adjust the front one, then get it tight, and then adjust the rear one until we get it to the specifications that we want. So we're just cranking the rear tight. We'll torque everything down later. Right now we're just getting them snug. And now we're going to the front one. And we are going to adjust it. So you can look back at the readings on the alignment machine. And you can watch them turn that direction. Bring it in. Alright, I'll torque it down and go from there. Alright, so we have the adjuster into place. What we're going to do is we're going to get them tight, and then we're going to lower the vehicle down, run a caster sweep, and see how close we have it to the spec. What we're doing now is we hit the lower button, and now we're going to lower the vehicle. Once it's down lowered, we'll jounce it, and then we'll hit ready. You can see that the Hunter machine is waiting for us to lower the vehicle down. All right, now we have it down, we're going to jounce the system to kind of get the suspension kind of relaxed a little bit. Just like it has these little things that says lower and jounce axle. Now we'll hit ready. We'll see where we're at. We're going to rerun the caster sweep. So far the camber looks good, and we'll see what the true number is there, and we'll come to the other side. All right, so we have the left side in. We adjusted the camber and caster. Now we're going to go to the right side, and we're going to install the cam guides and adjust the camber and caster on that side. So we're going to lift it back up and go again. Alright, I got that. We're going to install the cam nut. Alright, so we're going to put the front one in first. In this case, since we didn't give you the example, kind of get the cam nut on there a little bit. Get it started. We're going to take the bolt from the back side, hold down the cam nut, kind of pull it into place. Alright, that one's started. Snugged. Alright, we're going to do the back side next. Go ahead and loosen it up.
We're going to do the rear of this vehicle now, the same as we did the front. Again, we're looking for that locating pin to match ours.
Okay, give me the ratchet index. Put the hand wrench up there. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the front one, trying to get the camber more positive and increase the caster. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the front of this in a little. We have the vehicle lifted in the air. We don't have the weight on the vehicle, so it makes this turn a lot easier. You can see we're going to bring the cam in. We bring the cam in to its max position. We've increased the caster. It should all be Alright, we're going to lower the vehicle and rerun a caster sweep, jounce the vehicle, and see where we're at. Should have everything pretty close.
Okay, we got it down on the ground again.
Alright, now we're going to jounce the vehicle. We're going to rerun a caster sweep and see where we're at. Alright. We have the camber adjusted and we have the caster adjusted here. What we're going to try to do, the wear issue on the vehicle is the camber. And we're going to reduce the caster a little bit and increase the camber. So we're going to do one more adjustment on both sides and then rerun everything and see if we're right on the money.
So we lifted the front end of the truck again so we can make our final adjustments and get our adjustments here exactly right.
Ooh, look at that, 0. We have within 0.1 of each side, and we got 0.4 and 0.3.
Now that we got the alignment where we want it, we're going to adjust with wind toe.
We're using the wind toe to adjust the toe. We started up the motor, got the steering wheel straight. We're going to start on the right side and adjust the toe in, and then we'll hit ready and we'll adjust the other side, check that the steering wheel is straight, and then we'll road test it to make sure.
It's a money shot.
I went the other direction. Alright, so one of the tricks that happens is when you crank a nut tight, it stretches and pulls, and we're at 1/100th of an inch, and so it's really fine. So usually you can't just like put it to 0 and crank it tight. You usually have to go slightly past, and then jounce the system, which actually looks pretty good. There we go.
Pro Series, Sean.
Alright, so we got the camber and caster all set up here, and we did the wind toe. We got the toe all set up. Now we're just going to put the heat shields and everything back on, and you can see he's putting the heat shield on there, and we'll clean everything up and we'll take it for a road test, make sure the steering wheel's going straight, and we got everything done. The only other thing we're going to do is put the torque wrench on the lower control arm bolts, just to make sure they're all torqued down after using the impact on them. Make sure we're good to go.
All right, thanks everybody for joining us here on Pro Series Garage. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook.
Bam!
All right, that's a wrap.